Now, why the non-hitting arm plays such a vital role. The third power principle, using the non-hitting arm as your reactive brake. So we just talked about the 4 body segments, and we want to use the left arm, in my case, to stop the trunk rotation at contact. That way the arm can then accelerate and speed up, but also the swing will translate out to the target. So we get more effortless power, but also allows the swing to continue out to the target, increasing consistency. Now, why the non-hitting arm plays such a vital role. It really helps align the swing to the target, which is your ball. Now think about this, your arm weighs between 12 to 14 pounds on average. So imagine you take a 14-pound dumbbell from the gym and you do this. You would feel how that just takes your body off to the side and throws you off balance. But because the arm's attached to your body, you don't really feel it. So you really want to control this. So from a beginner's perspective, we just talk about catching the racket, and we'll see this with the best players in the world warming up. So when you're warming up, swinging slowly, you can simply catch the racket with the non-hitting hand. So it's vital that we turn with both hands on the racket to at least parallel to the baseline. Now, as you begin to swing up to contact, you can start to think of there being a flight of stairs in the direction of where you're aiming, because you always want to lift your swing towards your target and feel like your left hand, in my case, is going up the flight of stairs and I'm catching nice and high over the shoulder. This just really helps to organize the hands nicely and also teaches me what to do with that arm. So let's take a look at that again. Just imagine there's a flight of stairs going to the target, wherever that is, because you want the strings to go to the target as your shoulder lifts. So you turn with both hands connected here. Okay, you want to stay connected. You separate. And as you begin to swing up, think of the left hand going up the flight of stairs as you catch the racket nice and high. So you can do a lot of shadow swings that way, and then you can try it with a self feed. So you want to just turn, you adjust into the court, and then you catch the racket nice and high. So it's a great way to implement and to work on that left arm. Now, as you're moving into more advanced, intermediate, or advanced, you end up swinging too fast, and it's very difficult to then catch the racket. So that what happens then is, once you begin to uncoil the body, see the arm will start to clear. Now the key is this elbow should bend as it clears out of the way. And you want to get to this point here, somewhere around here where the hand's close to the chest and its palm, we say, is pointing forward, right? This is just kind of a corrective measure, but you see how the elbow has not broken the plane here. It's still out in front of me. So when you swing up to contact, you want to feel how it's connected. How as you begin to uncoil, it starts to then move away from the body. It clears, but then it stays there. It doesn't continue. Otherwise, what happens, you'll see how my shoulders over-rotate and it pulls the swing. And also, I'm losing power. You just look at the great players like Federer comes to mind, Nadal, Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz. You'll see how they hold their trunk through contact. So they're keeping the head still, but they also are controlling the non-hitting arm. Now, a great way to feel that stopping effect is you can do this up against a wall, a fence. I'm going to use this pole right here. Now you position yourself about 45 degrees away from the pole, so you've got some space here. I'm going to hold the pole with my hand as I sit right here and I rotate. So I'm rotating my hips and core, and I want to keep my hand in position. You'll feel how that shoulder is stopping. It's almost like you're working your right hip and core against your left shoulder. This will give you this effect. So I shadow swing up to meet the ball, weights in the front leg. Then you can step away and leave the hand there, and you'll start to feel how you create this imaginary post right here and how the left side stops. And what happens, then your right arm, hitting arm, can continue and speed up. So there are 2 ways to help you to train that non-hitting arm as your reactive brake. Now keep in mind the principle of keeping your head still, eyes fixed at contact, seeing the gross is also critical, because these 2 things work in tandem to stop the rotation and create that whipping effect.